heads up, I stay strong, forever young, may you live long. With perseverance, hold on and stand tall. Never back down with my back against the wall. I'm an overcomer, I overcame it, y'all. I conquered every mountain, I've been through it all. Yeah, I've been through it all. I'm fearless.
Nothing can ever hold me back.
Nothing.
I am unstoppable.
I'm unstoppable. I'm fearless. Yeah, I'm fearless. You know,
I am courageous.
yeah,
I am strong.
I'm strong.
I am unbreakable.
I am.
I am fearless.
Yeah, I'm fearless.
I am fearless.
Yeah, I'm fearless.
I am fearless.
I am fearless. You know, I am fearless. You know, I am fearless. You can't stop me. You gotta get up and go get it. You gotta want it from the soul, you gotta feel it. You gotta seize it every moment, every minute, every time you get a chance, you gotta live it. Handle your business. I'm never scared with no fear, I'm well aware. I stay ready, I'm well prepared. I risk it all for the cause, take a risk and put it all on the line. I'm fearless. Yeah, I'm fearless. I'm fearless.
Nothing can ever hold me back.
Nothing.
I am unstoppable.
I'm unstoppable.
I am fearless.
I'm fearless.
I am fearless.
Yeah, you know,
I am courageous. I am strong.
I'm strong.
I am unbreakable.
You can't break me. I'm fearless.
I am fearless.
Yeah, I'm fearless.
I am fearless.
Yeah, I'm fearless. I am fearless. You know,
I am fearless.
you know,
I am fearless.
I'm fearless. Yeah, I'm fearless. I'm fearless.
Nothing can ever hold me back.
Nothing.
I am unstoppable.
I'm unstoppable.
I am fearless.
I'm fearless.
I am
Yeah,
fearless.
I'm fearless. You know,
I am courageous.
Yeah.
I am strong.
I'm strong.
I am unbreakable.
I am.
I am fearless.
Yeah, I'm fearless.
I am fearless.
Yeah, I'm fearless.
I am fearless.
I am fearless. You know, I am fearless. You know, I am fearless. You can't stop me. I'm fearless.
I've got the horses in the back, horse that is attached. Hat is matted black, got the boots is black to match. Riding on a horse, you can whip your Porsche. I've been in the valley, you ain't been up off that porch now. Can't nobody tell me nothing. You can't tell me nothing. Can't nobody tell me nothing. You can't tell me nothing. Head down, cross town, living like a rock star. Spent a lot of money on my brand new guitar. Baby's got a habit, diamond rings and Fendi sports bras. Riding down Rodeo in my Maserati sports car. Got no stress, I've been through all that. I'm like a mall-born man, so I kick on back. Wish I could roll on back to that old town road. I wanna ride till I can't no more. Ride till I can't no more.
fight. I've seen it before. It gets as bad as it can get. And most of the time you don't win it.
You remember where you came from. And you remember what he did to you last time, right?
You lost that fight, Rock, for all the wrong reasons. You lost your edge. Now, when we fought, you had that eye of the tiger and the edge. And now you got to get it back. And the way to get it back is to go back to the beginning. You know what I mean?
You know, there's only 3 steps into that ring. And tonight it's gonna look as high as a mountain. When we climb to them ropes, it's gonna be the loneliest place in the world, because you're gonna be in there with another fighter who wants to take you out. Are you here to prove something to other people, or prove something to yourself?
A lot of people live with hurt.
A lot of people don't have a choice, I do.
This guy just don't want to win, you know. He wants to bury you, he wants to humiliate you. He wants to prove to the whole world that he was nothing but some kind of a freak the first time.
Maybe the only thing I can do is take everything he's got.
All your strength, all your power, all your love, everything you've got.
But it ain't about how hard you hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. How much you can take and keep moving forward. That's how winning is done. Now, if you know what you're worth, then go out and get what you're worth. But you gotta be willing to take the hits. And not pointing fingers saying you ain't where you want to be because of him or her or anybody. Cowards do that, and that ain't you. You're better than that. I must break you. Go for it.
game is in trouble, I've been in my depth for the piece of the puzzle, I got it for real. Still keep me going, I wake up and hustle, you won't see me buckle, I've been in the field. Man of the town, you been in your fields, I'm adjusting this crown. Call me your majesty, either that or your tragedy. We shutting it's west. This ain't no regular thing, I came for the ring, you know what I mean. If you talking to talk to me nice, I play with all of my life. You see my name in the lights, better get right, I'm champion.
And a good evening, everyone. Welcome to Mustang Stadium here in Grimes, Iowa. John McDermott alongside Eric Connor. Welcome back in for DCG boys varsity soccer action as they host Southeast Polk. The Rams from Southeast Polk travel across Polk County tonight on a Friday night matchup, 4A versus 3A, Eric. And you know, it's been about a week since we were here with the Denison and the Spencer back-to-backs on Friday and Saturday. But a big win for DCG against Indianola in their last game out, a 3-2 comeback victory. And Southeast Polk defeated Newton in their last game, a 4-0 win against the Newton Cardinals.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see, like you said, 4A, 3A. It's always fun to kind of go up and see where you're at, especially this time of year when you've kind of been in sync with everything and really moving on as DCG 7-2-1 coming in, and Southeast Polk 4-3-2. So it'll be a fun evening. It's always fun on a Friday night. Johnny Mac, the weather's out here. We're having some soccer. This is great. This is fun.
And it's, you know, it could be worse. It's a little chilly. The wind's out of the north again. Kind of, you know, you get that in Grimes. You get that in Iowa. But
it's kind of flipped from what it was that against the Monarchs there at Denison Schleswig. We had it so much out of the south, like 35-mile-an-hour wind, and now it's kind of flipped from.
Still pretty gusty out here. We're about 3 minutes away from the opening kickoff, but you know, we're over halfway through the season. We were just kind of talking about it. Only 2 home games left on the schedule for DCG. One is going to be here on the 29th of April against Newton with 7:30 kick, and then on the 5th of May, the Pella Dutch come into town for what should be a pretty pivotal, you know, kind of deciding type game in the Little Hawkeye Conference. Is right now DCG probably in the driver's seat with the tie between Norwalk and Pella on the same night that DCG was able to knock off Indianola. So those are 4 of your probably top 5 teams in that conference. So DCG at least controls their own destiny. If they're able to win out through that conference schedule, they would pick up another Little Hawkeye Conference championship. But health-wise, DCG still doing pretty well. Looks like Putin's just about back from injury, not in the starting lineup yet, but outside of that, just kind of some, not to jinx anyone here, but just some minor nicks and scratches. But so
Which
far,
is really good this time of year.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, we're kind of into the part of the season where a lot of teams start to try and find new pieces due to injuries and things like that. But Coach Tilster and Coach Lane have been pretty fortunate here so far, and we hope that continues. And right now, DCG, you know, you talk about rankings, which one you want to look at? They're 9 in one poll that comes out, and they're 2 in the other poll.
I like the other poll.
Yeah.
Give us 2. I like that
Hoover,
a lot.
Hoover was 1, and Hoover lost to Roosevelt. Now it's a 4A opponent, a ranked 4A opponent, so I don't know how that really affects things. There were a couple red cards in that game. You know, just a kind of a border war between Hoover and Roosevelt, and you expect that game to be, you know, competitive.
You know, those are the fun ones to watch, though. I mean, you know, it gets a little rough inside, and weird things happen and something like that. So they get the loss, but I kind of feel like right now it's that Saturday in golf. It's like moving day, right? This is where you want to keep pushing, going forward, and trying to get that championship.
Well, and DCG, you know, coming off a state championship last year, had 7 starters to kind of replace and figure out, and lineups to kind of determine, and feels like they've kind of landed on where they're going to kind of be the rest of the season, barring injury. Maybe a little bit of kind of deciding on who those guys off the bench are going to be and how many minutes, you know, for those guys, and trying to get them as much time as possible without, you know, sacrificing any, you know, putting any more losses on the board, because that kind of determines if you get home games in the postseason. But so far, so good. Well, let's give you the starting lineups real quick as they get introduced here on the field by the public address announcer. We'll start with the Dallas Center Grimes Mustangs, and it'll be Jaden Mendias in goal, the senior goalkeeper. Miles Hoover will start at the defensive midfield spot. Hudson Heigerken a little more forward in the formation. Zach Bruck also up top. Jacob Hope will start at left back. Landon Anderson, the center back, and he'll be alongside Almin Islamovic. Drake Riznicki will be in the middle. Colin Modernock on the outside on that right wing. Braxton Baker will be he'll be the right back. It'll be Hope as the left back, and then Mateo Zalota will be the midfielder in the middle, kind of that 8 spot for Mateo. And Mateo, we were looking at numbers assist-wise. I think Mateo leading the team in assists with 7 here so far, and he and Colin Modernock, also Hudson Heigerken, kind of the point guys right now for the DCG Mustangs.
Yeah, big time. And actually, Mateo had a 3-goal game a little bit ago, too, so he's really stepped it up here in the midseason.
Well, and that's kind of what we expected from Mateo. Been out of soccer a couple years, just predominantly a basketball kid, transfers from Northwest. Hey, we need a midfielder, Mateo. What do you think about playing soccer this senior year as you kind of head out the door? And he said, sure, and it's been a great find for Colin Lane in the high school. Southeast Polk, their starters, it'll be Samir Arafa, the junior goalkeeper. Cole Skinner, their leading goal scorer and leading point guy. He's a junior forward. Carson Holmes, the sophomore defender. Brian Trujillo, the midfielder. He's a sophomore. Darren Litweiler, he's a senior midfielder as well. Jackson Payton, a senior forward. Samuel Wilson, a junior midfielder. Charlie Heinz, also a junior midfielder. Jacob Luna, Caden Platt, a senior defenseman, and rounding out the starting 11, Logan Gibson. And quickly mention the coaches, head coach Colin Lane and Caleb Tilstra for DCG, and the head coach for the Southeast Polk Rams is Jacob Lucy. And we're going to quiet down here for a minute as they're about to play the national anthem, and after that we'll get started here at Mustang Stadium with the opening kick between the Rams and the Mustangs. Here's your national anthem. We are set to go here once again. John McDermott alongside Eric Connor as the DCG Mustangs, 7 wins, 2 losses, 1 tie so far on the season, taking on the visiting Southeast Polk Rams. 4 wins, 3 losses, 2 ties for the Rams. And we didn't talk about it yet, Eric, but some impressive scores. A 1-1 tie against the defending, 2-time defending 4A champion Johnston Dragons. A 5-3 loss to Valley, but Valley's number 1 in 4A right now and clicking.
Yeah, there's no shame in that.
So to put 3 goals up against Valley and being a 2-goal competitive game, that's really saying something. So I expect and they won at Indianola where DCG just won by the identical score of 3-2. So I expect a kind of a toss-up type game here.
Absolutely. This is going to be a very competitive game. I know it looks like if you look at the stats a little bit, the DCG has 8 more goals on the year, but this Southeast Polk Rams team can play. And keep an eye on number 2 out there if you're watching. He is the do-it-all man for Southeast Polk, and his name's Cole Skinner. Leads in goals and assists this year.
Yeah, Skinner is a junior forward. He'll be on the near side wearing number 2. Looks like Heigerken will kick off here for the Mustangs. Mustangs in black. Southeast Polk in the white tops with the black shorts and white socks.
A lot of hats and gloves and big coats out there in the stands.
Yeah, I'll give credit to the Southeast Polk Rams. Not one guy. Well, there is one undershirt out there. You know, that's always the. My son used to say,
test?
whatever team's wearing the most undershirts is the underdog because they're the second toughest team on the field.
Wow, I love that.
So here's the kickoff, and Zalota going to send it out wide for Hope. Right back for Anderson. Now he's going to play Hope again. Not a ton of pressure here early so far. Nice ball into the middle, and Hoover is dispossessed there. Nicely done there by Samuel Wilson. And Wilson's going to send it out wide. A little bit of contact there by Braxton Baker from behind, and that's going to draw the whistle and a foul, the first foul called of the ball game, and it goes against the Mustangs. Wind blowing at the back of Southeast Polk here, about 33, 34 yards out. So not a pretty advantageous spot here for your first set piece.
Yeah, absolutely. Just right off the bat here, a little test for DCG on defense.
Looks like a left-footed set piece to be taken here by Southeast Polk. So this ball will be kind of an in-swinger, and that's a low liner into the dangerous top of the 18. There's a shot on goal but wide, and DCG dodges their first bullet on the set piece, and it'll be a goal kick for Mendias.
Looked like Hope got that little liner in there and got it out, so it was a really nice play by him.
Yeah, Jacobs had a really nice season. Senior had some very important minutes last year as kind of a junior starter at times, but also I would say he started maybe a third of the games last year, but he's come in and been a real leader here on this 2025 edition. Here's Modernock, nice ball through, and they try to find Heigerken down the right side. That's going to be played back to the keeper, Rafa. Modernock gets a foot on it, trying to chase it down and keep it in, and he's able to keep it in, and ball played out by Southeast Polk and a throw in for Colin Modernock.
Really well done by Modernock on that side to battle.
Modernock an assist and the game-winning goal down in Indianola for a big win against the ranked Indianola Indians. Probably the best Indianola team I've seen in years. And that's without JoJo playing in the midfield, serving a suspension due to a red card. So when they get JoJo back, look out. The Indians are going to be right there in 3A. Nice touch by Skinner to the outside. I was going to play it down with Islamovich. A little bobble there, and they're going to say offsides. Fortunate for DCG.
That's dodging the bullet early right there.
Omin doesn't make many mistakes, but there he just kind of an errant touch, and the ball got by him, and it was kind of danger time, but offsides called by the near side AR.
Yeah, I don't know if the wind played a factor in that. We'll help him out and say it did.
Well, based on the flags, I'd say you've got about a 12 to 15 mile an hour wind coming out of basically the northeast. Islamovich going to kick into that wind here on the free kick. And that ball's tailing away towards the sideline, and Bruck just can't elevate to keep it in. So it'll be a throw in here, and that's going to be Charlie Heinz to throw it in for the Rams. Headed away by Hope. Heinz gets right back on it, though. DCG trying to win it back near midfield. And that's going to be last touched off of Skinner, and that'll be a throw here for Jacob Hope and the Mustangs.
Go quick.
Heigerken, first touch, sends it high into the air towards the middle. Zalota gets a foot on it. Finds Hoover, now Riznicki. Back for Zalota, nice touch there by Drake. He had 2 goals against Indianola. Kind of a breakout game for Riznicki.
Yeah, gives him 3 on the year.
Boy, they needed both of them, too. He had a beautiful header on a cross from Modernock. And then just kind of one of those balls that was dancing around in the 6-yard area, and he got a foot on it and sent it in. This one sent out wide. Peyton tried to chase it down. Baker there, and Baker physical, able to win it. Southeast Polk, though, does a nice job to break that up. And here come the Rams the other way. Basically 3v3 here, and they're going to try from distance as Mendias was off his line a bit, but that would have needed to be perfect.
Yeah. It was an interesting shot there, but you test the goalie early, right?
Wind at your back, keeper's off his line.
Sure.
It was a line drive, though, and it needed to have a little bit of arc and be a little higher. Yeah, well done there by Trujillo. Brian Trujillo, the sophomore midfielder.
You know, I was noticing, too, on Bound, they have us for 12 yellow cards and Southeast Polk for 0. So I don't know if that is just a mistake or if they are.
Well, I think on Bound, you're responsible for posting your own stats, if I'm not mistaken. So maybe that's the one
0.
you leave off. Pretty hard to believe you've played that many games this year at the 4A level and haven't had a yellow. But you never know.
I mean, yeah, I wouldn't just open
Here's
my eyes.
a shot on goal, Mendias right there,
Yeah.
but really good stuff on a Southeast Polk early. As they've generated a couple opportunities. Now it's going to be Bruck down the near side. Bruck drives it and tries to thread the needle down the sideline to Heigirken, but played wide out of bounds. There'll be another throw in here for, I think that's Jackson Payton. Or nope, rather Charlie Heinz, the right back, throwing it in for the Rams. Heinz back on it. They'll work it back through Platt now to the other center back. And here's Riznicki, takes a touch for Zalota. Now they'll work it back and try to get out wide to Modernock. That's kind of their bread and butter. As you see why, as Modernock beats the defender. Now drives it into the penalty area, but has it taken away. Well done there. Modernock got a foot on it, trying to win it back, but here comes Trujillo in the midfield. Sends it wide. Southeast Polk trying to build it back towards the penalty area. That ball headed up in the air. Anderson is going to have to deal with it. Heads it out of the 18-yard space. Now Hope going to shield the defender. And that's out of bounds, and I think it's going to be a goal kick. It is.
Really good job down there by Hope again. I mean, he's playing really well so far tonight on the back end.
Pretty impressed, though, by Southeast Polk overall, though.
They've had some
nice play in all three levels of the field. Nobody looks shaky out there at all. Like we talked about, this could be a very even matchup. Good play for Zalota. Wide or into the middle for Riznicki. Poked away. Hoover, though, able to get to it. Baker steps up from the right back spot. Back into the middle for Riznicki, but the through ball anticipated and taken away. Now Trujillo back on it in the middle. He'll play it back for his right back, Heinz. Heinz, a good-looking player here so far in the first 8 minutes of the ball game.
Yeah, he's got a lot of touches.
Looks calm on the ball, too. Here's Mateo looking down line, trying to get Heigirken. Heigirken, a good first touch. Going to pull it back. Now to Modernock. Works it down towards the corner, back for Hudson. Heigirken, a left-footed pass into the top of the 18. Headed over for Bruck. Bruck gets a touch, and it's going to be cleared out of there. Well done by the center back. That was Platt. Caden Platt, the senior center back for the Rams. Not messing around, just decided to clear it and reset.
Really smart play. Just get it out.
So DCG deep in the Rams area here, going into that stiff breeze. Far throw to the middle of the field. Hoover works it back for Zalota. Zalota's trying to switch it over to Modernock, but just one touch too many, and now it's Southeast Polk back the other way. Trujillo takes a touch. Back into the middle. One touch wide for midfielder. Now Skinner has it taken away by Islamovich.
There's Almy. That's what we're used to seeing.
Here's Bruck trying to check back. He's going to control it. Trujillo not in any big hurry to pressure the ball. Bruck will take him on, gets past him, and maybe slight handball there, or at least probably not intentional, so they play on.
Yeah, Southeast Polk doing a really nice job of bottling things up, and no attack right now for DCG.
Well, this back five looks very organized and calm.
Yeah, they look like they communicate really well.
Got Logan Gibson playing that holding midfield spot. He hasn't had to do a whole lot. It's been more of Caden Platt and Charlie Heinz on this near side of the field.
I think Holmes on that other side, too.
And Holmes is basically dealing with DCG's biggest threat.
Right.
That's Colin Modernock,
and he's
who's
done a heck of a job.
Tracking towards a first-team All-State selection, I got to think, in Class 3A, as productive as he's been for what's the second-ranked team.
Yeah, putting up 9 goals so far.
He was a first-team All-State player last year. Unfortunately, he had 3 or 4 other ones on the team, and he was the young guy that got aced out.
Got left off.
Here's Baker taking a touch. Now drives it up the far side. Modernock with some space, takes a touch. Now a little move past the defender. Modernock again going at the center back and some physical play there. Collins all right with that, but another nice job by...
That's at Holmes again, yeah. He's really bottling Modernock up.
What do we got on a number for Holmes?
I think it's 3.
Okay. Here comes the Rams the other way. Oh, very dangerous, but a little heavy on the first touch, and DCG able to at least clear it away. And that's going to be off of Modernock out of bounds on a quick throw. Modernock wins it back. Not a lot of high pressure here by DCG once the Rams get possession. You see they've got some nice spacing. Heigerken now comes to pressure. Good ball down to Trujillo. He takes a touch. He's matched up with Jacob Hope. Jacob Hope, well done using the body. And Hope, like he's done most of the year, just kind of calmly dispossessing the... That's a tough play in.
Yeah, Hope just solid down there. I mean, he just took it right, waited for him to make his move, took it from him. He's playing really, really well tonight. And like you said, all season long.
So Mendias will have the goal kick. About 11 and a half minutes gone by here. No real big threat in terms of shots on goal for either team.
Yeah, it's been played in the middle so far, but the center area, but I'm sure they'll get cooking here pretty soon.
Hoover trying to play it out wide for Heigerken. And nice shield there by Charlie Hintz. Hintz or Heinz? What do you think?
Yeah.
We'll say Hintz. I'm going to call an audible here with 14 minutes gone by.
Well, you say one in the first half, one in the second, right?
Hintz or Heinz? I apologize. I originally thought Heinz, but there's no E, so let's go Hintz.
I like
There's
that.
a shot from distance. Get a number on the far side is wreaked havoc on Eric and I's eyeballs
is
here.
that Wilson?
Looks like
Oh,
11.
there we go. Yeah.
That's Jackson Payton that took the shot wide. And that ball sent to Modernock, but a little beyond his reach, so it'll be a throw on the offensive side of the field here for Southeast Polk. DCG 7, what do we say, 7-2-1. Southeast Polk 4-3-2, so both teams above 500. Nice through ball there, and Mendias comes up as Islamovich just kind of shielded.
Yeah.
I think, was that Skinner making the run there? No, that was
9.
number 9. That's Litweiler. Haven't called his name much, but
he did a good
he
run
was
there.
bearing down on Mendias there.
It's good communication between Mendias and Almin.
And that's going to be a foul from behind. Skinner clipped the heels of Hope there.
Let's see if DCG gets something going here. Haven't had a whole lot as far as the attack goes. And Southeast Polk's back has been really good.
Oh, nice ball to Bruck. And Bruck got a little shovey in the back, they say, as Litweiler went down.
Still handsy.
Yeah, not a lot there,
No.
but just enough to put him on the turf. So you gotta call it and send it back the other way for Southeast Polk. This is a long ball played down. Anderson had time, instead heads it again, and he and Skinner are playing a little volleyball with it. Now Modernock trying to find Heigerken on a run. Again, though, the back line of Southeast Polk just kind of eating those long balls up.
Yeah, they were ready for that. I'm sure they've watched some film on that.
Well, this time Modernock's more in central here.
Yeah, moving him around a bit.
Yeah, which is important, I think. You can't just, there's a ball played in. Nicely done by Hintz. And he plays it out of there. They keep possession, and now it's Trujillo on it, and that's going to be an offside. Well done by Landon Anderson to hold the line.
Yep.
Took a glance and saw the offside position. Rather than sprint back, he just kind of stopped and kept him in that offside position.
That's a guy that's played a lot.
Well, yeah. I mean, you don't get a lot of sophomores with the type of experience
Right.
Landon Anderson has.
He knows what he's doing out there.
So Islamovich will drive another one into the wind, knocked down, sent wide, and Hope right there. Plays it back for Landon Anderson. Anderson, that one deflected. Ball kind of just getting nailed back and forth here. Not a lot of. There we go.
That's a perfect
Although
description
Baker with a heavy first touch is going to give it away. Baker working back, trying to win it back for the Mustangs, and that's going to be a DCG throw.
It's like you said earlier, though. I mean, these two teams, you can tell they're. I mean, it's equal. I mean, it's back and forth, back and forth, back and forth.
I'm
Not a lot of
having a hard time finding the advantage for either team. Both back lines are really doing well. I think, like most DCG games in tight games, the advantage could come from the guy on the ball right now, and that's Modernock. As that ball knocked away, and it'll be a throw here for the Mustangs.
Yeah, they're keying on Modernock a lot, and it's like you said, they got to move him around a little bit as they are keying on him.
Well, I think if he plays a ball, it's okay to build down that side, but he's got to make some runs into the middle of the field a little bit when he's off the ball. I think just to kind of keep teams guessing a little bit. You don't want to get one-dimensional. Oh, that's a dangerous touch there, and cleared out of there by the Rams. Hope first to it, now trying to settle it. Oh, nice job by Skinner. And he's going to give it away, though, Anderson right there. Anderson plays it. Hintz. Nice job by Heigerken.
Yeah, Hudson.
But a long ball played downfield, and the keeper will be able to use his hands to pick it up as it was headed back to him by his center back, Carson Holmes.
They do a really good job, the Rams, getting that ball out. I mean, they just get it out immediately. Stay out of a lot of danger when you do that.
Nicely done by Zalata. Playing it out wide for the right back, Baker. Back in towards the middle, Hoover not able to handle that one. Rams get it back. DCG haven't had a lot of build-ups, really.
No.
And really, I think the biggest improvement they need to make or take as in terms of a step forward and be a state title type of team is just the continuity and the consistency in the middle of the field, connecting passes. Sometimes playing a little more simple. It doesn't always have to be forward and direct. Keep possession of the ball. You're seeing that in spurts, but it just needs to be more and more consistent as the season goes on, and I think hoping you'll see that.
You're right, yeah. Like you said, sometimes simple is better, and they get caught trying to do too much.
I'm a big 1 or 2 touch guy, not an 8 touch give it away guy.
Yeah, that's I'm sure the coach is the same way.
First substitution. And we'll get you a number here momentarily. It looked like I have to get a number forward on the far side of the field that came on. Number 22, is it?
Yes.
Tyler Haig.
And I think he's got 3 goals on the year as well.
Yeah, dangerous player coming off the bench for head coach Jacob Lucy. Here's a ball played forward. Skinner running onto it. Touch over for Trujillo. Brian takes a touch with the right foot, plays it back. Rams, see, that's good patience, good possession here for the Rams as they try and build now into the final third. Islamovich, though, gets on the end of that pass to clear it out of there. Trujillo will run it down on the near side.
Yeah, very methodical, very patient.
Hintz makes a run forward, beautiful, into the space. Now Hintz is going to have a rip, and that's going to be just wide. Boy, if Haig starts that run on that far post just a little bit sooner, that's a tap-in goal. But it all started with the little Trujillo with that nice touch to Hintz.
Yeah,
that's what I said. On that outside, you play it ball down to the – take that space in the middle, find that spot behind the defender, and good things will happen.
Like you said, it's just a one-touch give and go. A good look.
Yeah, it's going to be Southeast Polk. They'll have the throw in. Hintz will come up and take it. That one headed away nicely. Zalota going to get on it. Oh, he tried to thread it through. That one needed to be up and over if Modernock was trying to make a run in behind that far side back. And here comes another shot, and that one sails high. And a goal kick is, well, it feels like Southeast Polk's really kind of picked up some momentum here.
Yeah, they have started the attack. And, again, that was just that one-touch give and go, and got another really good shot on goal there. It's just I guess, a little high, but, I mean, still another good look.
So it'll be Carson Modernock, the freshman coming on, younger brother of Colin. Colin will switch sides of the field here. And Drake Riznicki will get a little rest on the bench. That ball knocked away. Skinner took it from Hope. Now Skinner back on it. Hope takes it from Skinner. Played wide. Nicely done by Hoover, trying to switch it over to the middle. And this time they try and switch it back for Baker, and he's going to have to retreat. Runs it down. DCG will show a little patience here, back for Islamovic.
Yeah, this isn't the worst thing either. Just
no,
take,
not at all.
Yeah.
And I think if you're Landon or Almeen and you're given that space, it's okay to drive that ball forward 15, 20 yards also. Here's Hope given some space. Might as well take it. Now they try and play wide. It's going from there to the next. To me, you need more players checking into the middle of the field versus trying to play Heigirken 1v3 down, just haven't had a lot of success there with this type of back line. Carson Modernock tries to get on the end of that one. And he does get a toe on it, but taken back by Southeast Polk.
Yeah, it seems like everything's on the outside, and like you said, it's every time 1v3.
So Loda. Now it's Skinner, and they're going to say a foul called. Might be a yellow coming here on Jacob Hope.
Wow.
I think that's I don't see a yellow card there. It looked like two guys just kind of running into each other, battling for the ball. Nothing egregious by Hope, but he'll have to grab a seat quick. And DCG will pick up yellow number 19 on the season. Still no yellows tonight on Southeast Polk.
Well, yeah, maybe that's right. I mean, that would be one crazy stat, but I guess it's a possibility. One thing interesting is usually in these soccer matches you'll have both fan bases sit on one side.
Yeah.
And Southeast Polk is across tonight. So
they've taken full advantage of the visitor side.
Absolutely. I kind of like that.
A couple of Southeast Polk Rams set to check in at the next Southeast Polk throw-in, but they'll play the set piece before the substitutions, and not a great set piece taken there as Modernock got a foot on it. Oh, here we go. DCG's in business. Heigirken making a run. Can Carson find him? He does, but it's a little behind him. Now Heigirken. Oh, he plays Carson, but Carson had stopped the run. And what looked to be a very promising 2v1 the other way turns into a goal kick for Southeast Polk.
Yeah, just a little bit behind Heigirken and didn't lead him there. It kind of just halted the whole thing, and Southeast Polk got back.
So number 10, Nelson Bangzam, and number 16, Pete Green, check in for Southeast Polk. We're also going to get, looks like Villegas going to check in here for DCG at their next dead ball. Oh, nice job by Heigirken working in there. Battle for it. Modernock got a foot on it. Heigirken still working for it. And it's going to be a foul, I believe. A little push from behind. So this is a opportunity here for, in essence, a corner-type distance on a free kick here for the Mustangs.
This is probably their best attack all night so far.
Yeah, they really haven't had any shots on goal. So it'll be Zalota to take the free kick. Drew Every's checked in also for DCG. So you have Anderson and both center backs, Anderson and Islamovic, roaming inside that penalty area, looking to get on the end of this one. Nice ball played in. And that ball troubled. Oh, and some contact as Islamovic hits the deck. But well done there by the goalkeeper, Samir Arafa.
Boy, that was a nice play by Rafa. Just went up, got the ball, and bumped him a little bit.
I mean, you've got 6'6", 230 bearing down on you, and you just calmly run up and grab the ball. That's nicely
really well
done.
Yeah, I like the sportsmanship too, helping each other up.
Well, low goal kick played out of there, and now Bruck gets on the end of it. High Gherkin lays it back up for Bruck, and Modernock slowed the run, but that's going to be close to a corner. No, instead deflected and off Carson Modernock for a goal kick.
That was nicely done too. Just really can't. Besides that free one there, there's that back line really for the Rams playing well tonight, protecting, getting the ball out right away.
Yeah, really controlling things in that final third. So Stevie Villegas checks in. Hudson Heigerkin will get a rest on the bench at the 15-minute mark. And here comes the Rams the other way. Oh, really well done there. And that one deflected, and Mendias comes in. Landon Anderson and Braxton Baker teamed up well to defend the attack.
Yeah, that one had me slightly nervous because that's we were talking about him before, Cole Skinner, as I say his name backwards, but he's their leading goal scorer.
That ball played forward for Villegas. He's got some room behind. Well done again, though. The center back, Platt, just kind of erasing it, but here comes DCG after winning it. Oh, beautiful touch there for Colin Modernock. And Modernock, and he has fouled. How's that not a foul?
I don't know. You know, Mateo played that really well for Modernock out there, and it was like you said, they got the ball in the middle, and then that defense crunched in, and then you could kick it back out.
Well, beautiful touch into the wind, so you knew it was kind of hanging up in the air. I thought Modernock was fouled there by Platt, but they'll say just a standard shoulder-to-shoulder there, and Platt got the better of it. So a goal kick. And that looked like a handball, and that's what it was. I think that was Skinner that inadvertently kind of just got an arm up on it. I think one of his teammates might have got a slight header that kind of changed the trajectory of the ball.
Yeah.
So Islamovic will probably play long here, although I don't mind just touching it over for Landon Anderson here and just possessing. But you want to maybe just put it into kind of a dangerous area and see what happens. He's going to bomb this thing up towards the 6-yard area. And Zalota with a nice directional header back in towards the penalty space. Hoover trying to get onto it. Well done by Skinner, but that ball taken away and played into space. Here's Modernock driving it, left-footed cross. Oh, just behind his brother Carson. And now Southeast Polk the other way.
Yeah, Colin did a really nice job putting that across.
Anderson in retreat. Anderson's going to shield, and Mendias there. Haig was bearing down for goal number 4 on the season. Anderson, though, just a nice job using the body.
You can see his eyes from here get big.
But just the calmness of both back lines so far in dangerous situations. It's what you want to see as you're getting ready to head towards postseason.
It's really been the story of the match tonight. I mean, it's just both back lines playing really well.
Baker getting in to the attack now. Baker had a goal against ADM in a spot just like this, but this time it's taken away, and now DCG has to recover here with their right back a little bit farther forward than normal. Islamovic will just clear it out of there. Back beyond midfield now. Bruck tracks back. Villegas chests it down. Plays it for Colin Modernock. Oh, good idea, but really well defended there. The center backs for Southeast Polk have played extremely well tonight. Oh, Baker, nice footwork there to keep possession. Unfortunately, though, his pass is deflected just as I'm singing his praises.
Right, back and forth we go.
Like good action there in the middle. Good battle, and who's going to be awarded the throw here? They're going to say Southeast Polk. And we're going to have some substitution here.
I mean, really high-level play from both. You can't get anything going.
Sawyer Smithhart will check in. Looks like Hintz is going to get a break. I really like how Hintz has played.
Yeah, him and Holmes really impressed me tonight so far.
Really, that entire back five, that defensive back five for Southeast Polk's been organized and very good at stopping any of the Mustang attacks here so far. Zalota plays one forward. Villegas gets onto it. And Villegas lays it off nicely, but again, like a long ball played to more to space than a player. Maybe don't need to be quite as direct there. Nice job by Bruck. And what do we got? Oh, a little foul there.
And Stevie?
Yeah, that would be on Villegas. It was Luna that was fouled. And Luna plays it quickly forward. Wilson sends it into the midfield. Now they'll work it around. Now the long ball forward, and Anderson able to chest it down. Really well done there, and then good distribution, but Bruck can't quite get to it.
Like you said earlier, just missing on those connections a little bit tonight.
Good connection there, and there's a nice little one touch. Anderson, check that. Every able to at least clear it out and surrender the goal kick or the corner kick.
Yeah, just get it out of danger again. You know, just set up, and it's really nice though. They do that give and go type. They've done that several times tonight, the Rams, and it just worked.
Yeah, definitely comfortable in tight spaces along this near side. Here comes the corner. That's a low one in and deflected, and now sent away, but out of bounds. So it'll be a throw here. It's going to be Jacob Luna taking the throw. And DCG just happy to clear it out of there and kind of reset the defense. Baker comes up, gets a touch. Southeast Polk going to run it down on the far side, deflected out, so it'll be a Ram throw. Under 9 minutes to play here in the first half, still scoreless. Neither team has really had what I would call a really good goal-scoring opportunity.
Yeah, like you said, the back lines.
Doing most of the work.
Doing most, yeah. All the heavy lifting.
Keepers haven't done a lot. They've both touched the ball a handful of times, but for the most part, it's been the back five on each team. Here comes a long ball forward. Islamovich gets ahead on it, but nice job by Every checking back in. Danger time here, though. And nicely done by Baker to block it. Second shot comes off the crossbar. And another one off the crossbar. Baker heads it out of there, and here comes Mendias.
Wow.
Unbelievable that didn't go in. Both of them.
Oh, that is amazing.
Wow.
I mean, both just rattling around down there.
Good first touch by Bruck. And Bruck tried the heel pass. Taken away, and Every slows the attack by clearing it out. What a flurry, though. Two just missiles off the crossbar. Thought maybe the first one might have come down.
It was close.
It was close to coming down in, but it had that spin to come back out away from goal.
Yeah, Almin was in there trying to get it, but it just, Oh, man, they gave up another one and about did the same thing.
Unbelievable. Well, we said there hasn't been very many good goal-scoring opportunities. There were two right there that Southeast Polk would like to have back. Here comes Modernock playing it out wide for Bruck. Bruck's ball going to be a little bit too long, and Southeast Polk wins it back.
Story of the night right there.
Yeah, just haven't been able to build through that middle very well tonight against this talented Southeast Polk defense. That ball played wide. Nicely done, kept in bounds. Hudson working hard, but really nicely done by number 22, Haig.
Yeah, that's some high-level stuff from Haig there.
Right now, Southeast Polk kind of playing on their front foot, and DCG looks like they're just kind of trying to regroup here a little bit. Islamovich clears it out with the left foot. Modernock heads it forwards off the chest of Zalata. Played out wide now for Bruck. Bruck Looking for Zalata, but again, a little heavy on the pass. Bruck's going to win it back, though, and this time finds the foot of Modernock. DCG runs into a wall again. Southeast Polk looking to play through the middle here. And that's an offside. Yeah, good job by DCG. And again, Anderson holding that line and put Southeast Polk in an offside position. So it'll be a free kick for the Mustangs. A little over 5 minutes to play.
Tell you, if I did some of these headers, I'd
be asleep. I mean, especially on a cold night like this.
Yes. I know. I think Anderson took one in the chest earlier. I thought I heard it. It's like, oh. But they don't seem to mind.
Nice touch out wide by Hoover to Heigurken. Plays it back for Every. Back to Hudson. Hudson has it taken away. And that ball's going to be sent through. Anderson's right there. Here's Skinner. Good little crossover. Left-footed rip.
Wow.
He tried to curl it in, but it just sailed a little bit kind of the opposite way, kind of a screwball instead of a curveball there.
I mean, we couldn't have a better look at that with the angle we have. It
started to curve, and then it kind of flattened out, kind of knuckled almost. And thankfully for DCG, they've dodged 3 major bullets here. It could easily be 2-0 Southeast Polk.
Yeah, 100%.
With really no great goal-scoring opportunities on the other side for DCG. They're going to have a couple things to chat about, maybe an adjustment to make here if they're going to create. Although the wind is going to be a big factor too, switching sides.
Yes.
Heigurken has it knocked away. Hoover, or check that, that's Every doing a nice job to poke it away from behind. Heigurken, good first touch. That ball just finds the foot of Modernock. Modernock's going to drive it. Modernock finds Villegas. Stevie able to get a foot on it. Stevie, almost finds Modernock, and that ball's going to be cleared out of there. Good action. Probably DCG's best kind of counter or build-up.
I would say, yeah, absolutely. And it was a nice connection there. Stevie just missed him on the return.
Here's Every going to find Zalata. Mateo is going to send it into the penalty area. Oh, Villegas. I thought maybe he was offsides, but they play on, and Bruck takes a touch, and DCG gives it away. And there's, a really unfortunate bounce, but Baker is going to track back. And Baker does a really nice job to recover.
Yeah. I mean, you can see that high speed he's got, just that high-level speed to recover.
Danger time. There's a lot of DCG just not comfortable connecting on those 8, 10, 12-foot passes in tight space.
Man, just don't
that
look
ball
in sync.
Sailing, and Mendias does a really good job to read that right off the foot and knew that he was coming off the line to make the save.
Yeah, Mendias, he knows what he's doing back there. He's the man.
Good distribution out wide. Hope has switched sides. Elmine going to play one long. That one headed down. Southeast Polk will have it back at midfield. Oh, really good job there to win it. Now Bruck, his pass taken away. Everything going forward, though, and that's one where where's that 6 coming from behind, and can we play him and keep possession? Nicely done again by Every. He's been disruptive back there at that left back spot.
Yeah, he's done a really nice job coming off the bench.
Well, they'll need Drew through a postseason. I mean, you're going to play 5-6 games in a short amount of time. You're going to need a 5th defensive player, and that ball's going to trickle out of bounds for a goal kick. And certainly it looks like Every's that 5th guy.
Yeah, I would say you're correct on that. He's through the season, too, it's been built up. He's playing better and better every night out.
Probably played half this first half and been super solid.
Yeah.
There's Heigurken taking a touch. That one knocked away.
Hey, Stevie's been active tonight.
Well, that's what they're looking for out of him, coming off that bench. Nice settle. And what do we got? And it's going to be a throw-in for Southeast Polk. I thought Heigerken was maybe expecting a whistle there.
He did kind of look around for it, didn't he?
Heg a little heavy on that touch, so DCG wins the throw right back.
Less than 1 minute remains.
Every plays back for Baker. DCG just got to be careful not to make a silly mistake here as
I was thinking the same
Southeast
thing.
Polk's pressuring here, and Mendia's going to have to send it over to Jacob Hope.
I mean, you've dodged a few bullets. Don't give up on now.
And that ball last touched. Now it's going to be, they say, out of bounds first. Islamovich sends it away. 25 seconds to go. Can DCG steal one here? And nice job there by Mateo, but DCG running out of time. Let's see if we can send one forward here. Every hits it with the right foot. Chested down at midfield. Islamovich breaks that up. And that's going to be the end of the first half. Well, an event-filled first half, especially if you're a Ram fan. You're up out of your seats 2 or 3 times thinking you had the first goal of the ball game. But we stand at scoreless here after 40 minutes of play here. But I'd say, you give an advantage to one side or the other. I think a better first half played by Southeast Polk. But DCG, give them credit. They've hung in there. They've battled. They've disrupted most everything that came their way, except for a couple shots there late. And credit to the back line and Mendias. They still a clean sheet as we head to halftime.
That's right. And both back lines have dominated. But I would definitely say the Rams probably a little bit better in the first half. Had the really good 3 quality scoring opportunities. And now the win will switch here, so we'll see if DCG can apply some pressure in the second half.
Well, we are scoreless out here at Mustang Stadium in Grimes. It's Southeast Polk and Dallas Center Grimes doing battle here on a Friday night. They put 10 minutes on the scoreboard. We'll step away for 7 or 8. Let everybody take a restroom break, pour an ice-cold Coca-Cola, pop some popcorn, and get ready for a second half here as it's the Mustangs and the Rams scoreless at the half. We'll take a quick timeout, and we'll be back for the second half kick here momentarily. Thanks for joining us here, everyone.
Going hard all day, never quit, never stop, never hesitate. Breaking out of the cage, gorilla heart in my chest, gonna dominate. Oh, walking no talk, I'm the king of the jungle. Oh, walking no talk, I'm the king, I'm the king. Oh, walking no talk, I'm the king of the jungle. Are you ready to rumble? I'm ready to go, let's go. Beast mode! Yeah. I'm a savage, I'ma take it, beast mode! Yeah. Turn it up, beast mode! Beast mode! I'm a savage, I'ma take it, beast mode! Got the hammer in my veins, gonna win 'em when I hit 'em like a hurricane. Doing everything it takes till they're writing down my name in the Hall of Fame. Oh, walking no talk, I'm the king of the jungle. Oh, walking no talk, I'm the king, I'm the king. Oh, walking no talk, I'm the king of the jungle. Are you ready to rumble? I'm ready to go, let's go. Beast mode! Yeah. I'm a savage, I'ma take it, beast mode! Yeah. Turn it up, beast mode! Beast mode! I'm a savage, I'ma take it. I am a champion. I am a fighter. I am a champion. I was born for this, born for this. I am a champion. I am a fighter. I am a champion. I was born for this, born for this. Born for this. Beast mode!
Talking to myself at night because I can't forget. Back and forth through my mind behind a cigarette. And a message coming from my eyes says leave it
Bank with your friends and neighbors at Charter Bank.
The service is excellent, the local staff is professional, and customers are treated as human beings in Waukee.
As a retired banker, I know and appreciate the advantages that community banks have over the large impersonal banks. Thanks for everything you have done for us in Johnston.
We started at Charter Bank when we moved to Grimes, and we thoroughly enjoy your services.
I've been waiting 18 years for Charter Bank to come to Ankeny, ever since the bank opened in Johnston.
Chart your success with Charter Bank in Johnston, Grimes, Waukee, and Ankeny.
Hi, welcome back. Halftime here at the Mustang Stadium in Grimes, Iowa. Dallas Center Grimes High School and the Mustang boys varsity team hosting the Southeast Polk Rams. And it's been a pretty good battle here. John McDermott alongside Eric Connor. And first of all, we'll tell you about our sponsors for tonight. You've got some sponsor information there, Eric.
Yeah, our season sponsor, Charter Bank. Charter Bank offers a full line of bank products to fit your needs, including home loans, consumer loans, and business loans, ag loans, checking accounts, savings accounts, and CDs. Chart your success with Charter Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender. We got to thank them. Charter Bank, again, all year long being our season sponsor.
Yeah, they seem to be all over the high school in terms of sponsorship, and a lot of things like this broadcast can't get done unless folks in the community pitching in, helping out, and Charter Bank's always right there to help the folks at Dallas Center Grimes High School, so much appreciated there. First half, I mean, we're tied at 0. If you're just joining us, it's 0-0 tie here at the half. I would say if you're gonna talk about opportunities, Southeast Polk had more opportunities in the first half. Had a couple shots hit the crossbar. One shot that was just wide by Skinner. That was a really nice strike. And DCG, I think, pretty fortunate to be knotted up at 0 here against the Southeast Polk Rams.
Yeah, very fortunate. I'm sure they're in the locker room taking a breath. Yeah, because I mean, it was and there is even another shot where if someone would have been on that backside, I mean, it was a tap in what we said earlier. I mean, really 4 opportunities for the Rams to get on the board, but 0-0 the tie. So if you're DCG, you got the win coming out in the second half. You have to feel fortunate about being tied. And if you're the Rams, I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing.
Well, and, you just kind of trying to think of how to politically correctly say what I'm about to say, which means it's going to be brutal. But, Southeast Polk's just not a perennial power in soccer. You get the Valleys, you get the Dowlings, the Northwests, Ankeny, Centennial, Pleasant Valley, Iowa City West, maybe a little Bettendorf in there. Southeast Polk's typically not in that top 5 or top 8, top 10 in the last, I don't know, 4, 5, 6 years where I've closely been following high school soccer.
They dominate football.
This is a
and
really good Southeast Polk team. I mean, they've exceeded my expectations. And you kind of do the comparative scoring. Both teams beat Indianola 3-2. But I've been impressed with Southeast Polk rather, and their organization, their ability to possess through the midfield and create opportunities. And right now it just feels like DCG's just trying to kind of figure things out, and Southeast Polk seems like they've got things figured out in terms of how they want to attack one another. Now that could flip quickly in the game of soccer, and you've got a wind of about 12 to 15 miles an hour that's not flipping, but they're going to change sides of the field. So that too is going to, probably change how the two teams play here a little bit in the second half. But trying to give a backhanded compliment to Southeast Polk, like they've exceeded my expectations. I haven't seen them play this year yet. I've seen them in years past. I've known kids on their team from different club teams. But this is a really good-looking Rams team, probably the best Rams team I've seen in quite a while at Southeast Polk.
Yeah, you think dominance in football and wrestling, right? And soccer, not so much.
Yeah.
But they have looked absolutely poised tonight. They've looked calm. They've connected well. And honestly, they should probably be up 2-0. So DCG has to feel fortunate.
Well, we are about to get underway here. Again, Southeast Polk in the white tops and Dallas Center Grimes in the all-black with red trim. And we're back underway. And Southeast Polk going to play it back to the back line. And again, switch sides of the field to that far side. Nicely done. A little more pressure applied there.
That's the first thing I noticed.
Modernock who got a foot on that. And you saw a little reaction out of the bench. I think one of the words I heard, you kind of walk around during the halftime break and people kind of chat about what they saw in the first half, and one of the words I heard was kind of flat.
Yes.
It just kind of seemed a little bit flat, lacking a little bit of energy, but
on their heels.
Yeah.
It's just that entire really first half they were on their heels.
But the great news is you're still tied 0-0, and you can recover from a quote unquote flat first half. If you don't play your best half and you're flat and you're still 0-0 with Southeast Polk, that's saying a lot about what you've got. Now they just have to be a little better in possession, a little better on the counters or build up.
There's a little miscommunication. That's the first time really you've seen that from the Rams all night.
So it's Braxton Baker to throw it in from the right back spot. Islamovich will send it forward. And nicely done. A header over to the center back. Modernock came up to pressure. He looks like he's been given a directive.
I was thinking the same thing. That's twice now that he is pressured hard.
That ball hits the turf. Riznicki tries to get there. Trujillo, who had a nice first half, gets a foot on it, keeps it now from going out of bounds. Trujillo dispossessed by Riznicki.
This is where most of the first half was played as well, in the middle here, back and forth.
Bruck tried to come up and take that away. Now here's Hoover. Well played.
Really well done.
Modernock. His ball also deflected. Anderson gets ahead on that one. Hope sends it over to Hoover. Hoover's going to switch it all the way to Heigerken with space on the near side. He'll play it down line for Bruck, but just
a little wide,
Yeah, those two just haven't been on the same page here in the first half and early part of the second half here. Just small little misses like that.
Yes. And Hudson's kind of been stuck on 4 goals for a while.
Well, and it's not as much the goal scoring for me. It's just the pass accuracy, the connections, all those things, and not just Hudson. I mean, just like kind of throughout the midfield. If we could just clean that up a little bit, it would go a long way to keep creating more opportunities.
Yeah, keep possession, yeah.
Here's Riznicki. Plays it back for Hope. Hope's going to send it central. Kind of a tough ball to deal with. Bruck lays it off for Zalata. Hoover pulls it back. Nice switch over to Hope. A little better patience.
Yes.
A little more connection here. Now Modernock. Modernock gets another touch. Chips it in. And it was Zalata trying to get some space in the middle there. Islamovic does a nice job to win that.
He's up.
And I like that. I mean, they need something more in the middle. Islamovic crosses it. And
he was looking over there. Just
Modernock had just gotten a little too tight into the middle.
Yeah. I like the idea, though, like you said.
Southeast Polk keeps it in. Some pressure from behind, but a nice turn on the far side. And that's going to be offside. Well done again by that back line. Baker didn't drift. Kept that line high with Anderson.
Yeah, Anderson and Baker, so good at that.
Well, you know, when they play together in club, and just kind of seamless for them to come here and do the same for DCG. There's a cross in. That's a dangerous spot. Played that for Zalata. Now Bruck works it back for Islamovic. Almin, pressure from behind, plays Baker. Baker gets forward. Baker beats the defender into space now. Heigerken going to send it central. And that ball's going to be cleared out. Heigerken tried to come in and head it, but that's cleared out of bounds. And it'll be a throw deep in for DCG.
I like the patience, though, that the Mustangs are doing.
Yeah,
They're
much
going
better
side to
here
side.
so far.
Yes, absolutely.
Well, and some of it's Baker getting forward, Islamovic getting forward. Just need one more piece in that middle. And that's going to be a foul. I think Heigerken
just
whistled for it.
It's a little bit into him from behind when they're each going for a header there.
So a free kick coming for the Mustangs, or for the Southeast Polk Rams here. Do we have a goalie change, it looks like? I believe. I'll have to get a number on the goalie if we can.
I didn't even see that.
It looks to me like a goalie change has been made. Here's Zalata, nicely done. He's going to send it wide. Hope gets there. Hope, his first touch, a little long, but able to deflect it and keep it down in the final third. That ball poked away. Southeast Polk now looks to counter. Anderson will play it back for Mendias. Jaden will take a touch. Now plays Islamovic. Wide for Anderson. Here's Hope. Modernock. His ball deflected. And it's going to be out of bounds for a DCG throw.
Trying to get a number on the keeper down there.
Trujillo gets on the end of that. Trujillo plays it back in the midfield. Southeast Polk back the other way. Anderson steps in front of it. Nice job to win it back there by Landon Anderson, the sophomore center back. Anderson calmly going to switch it over for Baker. Baker with space. Tries to play long, but that ball knocked down. A throw here for Braxton Baker. Looking in for Zalata. He kind of chests it over, but a little bit wide and out of bounds, so a throw for the Rams. Trujillo does a nice job to fight off Hoover. Ball played in. Tried to get it in behind Hope, but Hope's able to clear it out with the left foot, but a throw coming for Southeast Polk.
I think 0 is the Rams goalie. The number.
So you think the same keeper that we had in the first?
So.
Okay.
Thanks, Mike. Appreciate that. Works better than the binoculars.
Oh, there's a pretty good-looking shot there. Dangerous, as that ball was kind of looping down towards the crossbar. At first, it looked like, it was going to be well over the crossbar, but nice creativity there by Skinner as he almost finds the back of the net.
Yeah, I thought that was going through the uprights, and it just, like you said, looped right down.
And there's a ball won back by Bruck. Plays for Higurkin. Now Islamovic. Almin plays it back for Mendias, the keeper. Skinner decides not to chase. Mendias will play it deep for Zalata. He tries to flick it on with the header. And Modernock bearing down, and Modernock able to win it. Well done there. Zalata plays it for Hope.
This is where they found some success, just being patient.
Well, that's got to find some feet. It does. It's Hoover. Hoover, a nice little tricky maneuver there. Zalota tries to send it wide. Higurkin. That's a dangerous spot there. Southeast Polk doesn't look quite as comfortable. DCG applying a little bit more pressure. Baker all the way up, but it's played off of Baker for a goal kick.
Yeah, the Mustangs are putting a lot of pressure so far here in the second half, and it's been a little bit shaky back there, but the Rams have held up.
Well, you got to think Colin's going to find at least one or two shots on goal here in the next 30 minutes.
Does he have? I don't think he has one tonight.
I don't think so. This ball headed back towards the middle. And that was nicely deflected by Baker. Deflected again, and Hoover got a foot on. There's Zalata in the middle. Nicely done. And laid off by Riznicki for Zalata. Now they play it wide for Higurkin. Baker. Oh, well done there. Goes by the defender, Trujillo. That was really close to being Baker in loose. Now it's DCG. Anderson defends Skinner. Tried to play it in behind Islamovic. Nobody home. Well done by Landon Anderson to just hold that up. Really nowhere for Skinner to go with it.
Yeah. Thought his guy might cut in the middle and just gave it up.
Here's Hoover. Trying to play wide for Modernock. That's a really good ball by Miles Hoover. Finds the foot of Modernock. Colin trying to beat the defender on the outside. Ball crossed in, and that's going to be Higurkin just running out of real estate beyond the far post, but
getting a little bit more.
Starting to feel and look a little better here for DCG.
Yeah, this is what we're used to here.
That started with just a beautiful ball by Hoover.
Yes,
in
Miles
behind
Hoover.
the right back.
And he's another one that's kind of sneaky, playing well tonight in the middle.
Some substitutions coming for Southeast Polk. Southeast Polk just doesn't quite look as sharp here this first 11 minutes. They're going to go to the bench here for some substitutions. Baker will throw in here for the Mustangs.
So far, a tale of two halves.
Baker finds Hoover. Chested down now for Riznicki. Riznicki, that ball deflected, so it'll be a throw for Baker. Braxton Baker to throw it in. Let's see if they can connect. He finds the foot of Higurkin. Higurkin has his ball deflected. Zalata tries to bring it down. Does well. Back out for Baker. Left-footed cross. That's a really good ball. Oh, jeepers. That was just a one-touch kind of volley there by Zach Bruck. But Baker with the left foot.
I mean, just a beautiful pass inside there.
Baker and Islamovic kind of moving up into the attack, playing a little higher line here.
Yeah, and it's got the Rams on their heels a little bit, much like DCG was in the first half.
Well, you look, the line is all basically out to midfield, that back line, and Hoover gets a head on that. Riznicki tries to flick it on. Nice job by Baker to deflect. Now here comes a quick throw by the Rams. Flicked on. Islamovic. And that's a foul on Skinner.
Yep. Great job by Almin, just shielding, giving Skinner no room at all.
That's a really big shield. I mean, Skinner's not a small guy,
No,
but
no.
Islamovich is a big guy. There's a good switch over to Hope. Hope's got some space to drive it down the far side. Tries to play it in. Bruck's got space. I think he's onside. Bruck, shot on goal, and it's in! Zach Bruck! Beautiful first touch and finish.
Wow.
Oh, what a ball played in.
Yeah, that was beautiful from the start. Wow.
Boy, just like that, a first half dominated by Southeast Polk. They come away with no goals on what could have been 2 or 3, and on the first big chance for DCG, Zach Bruck. Great first touch to control it, and then just the strike. Maybe a hand on it by the keeper, but
wow. I mean, that was athletic.
That tickled the back of the net, and DCG leads it 1-0. 27:05 to go here in the second half.
That's Bruck's second goal of the season. Beautiful.
It had been a while, and you could tell by the celebration a little like, all right, finally.
Got that one.
I think he's hit the post 3 or 4 times this year.
Yes.
He's had a lot of near misses, but no goal for DCG bigger than that one. Nicely done. Hoover steps in front.
Yeah,
pokes it over for Heigerk, and his touch gets away, but Hudson wins it right back. And they're going to call a foul, and that just seems like a really good battle there.
Yeah,
looked like Luna did well to win it back. So Baker can play Anderson here. You know what I mean? Just play Landon, or play forward for Hoover. That one deflected out of bounds. Boy, a major change in momentum here.
Just a complete.
But you kind of felt it coming. You know, like DCG, the first 13, 14 minutes looks like a totally different team. A couple pretty minor adjustments, but a couple adjustments, I think, to get Baker and Islamovich involved. Modernock seems a little more forward. And just like that, and then it's Bruck after the ball over the top. And that sure looked like a foul as Baker hits the deck, but here comes the Rams the other way. Ball floated in. Anderson's got to deal with that. Oh. And it's going to be a handball, I believe. No, they say offsides. I don't know about that.
Whoa. Yeah, I didn't see that one. I thought it was a handball, but yeah, it's a complete 180 here from the first half.
I don't think that was offsides, but I do think it was a handball. So either way, the attack would have been squashed, but
well, evens out, right?
Islamovich going to play one forward. Bruck trying to get on the end of another one. That one headed down. Can Modernock get to it? Crosses it into the penalty area. Danger time. And Modernock nearly got by the defender. And Anderson calmly deals with that one.
That's a great word. I was thinking the same thing. Just so calm and smooth back there.
This ball going to be played out wide, and you're starting to see the response or the answer. It kind of woke Southeast Polk up here a little bit, I think.
Well, they had dominated the first half. And
good first touch and a ball played into space. Modernock working on that far side. He and Hintz battling. Hintz will take the throw for Southeast Polk on the far side. Hoover gets a head on it. Looked like a high kick there by Hintz, but battle in the midfield, and Southeast Polk comes away with it. Nice run here by Skinner. Skinner turns it back right into Islamovich. And Skinner, maybe a little bit of embellishment there on the fall.
Oh, Skinner turned around and went, whoa. That's all Mean was standing there.
Well, that ball just kind of floated away. Hope trying to run it down. Hope's going to get to it. Clears it out with the left foot. It'll be a throw for Southeast. Or no, they're going to say deflected by Southeast Polk. Not necessarily in agreement are the two Southeast Polk coaches underneath our press box.
I don't really
At first glance, it looked like that was going to be a Southeast Polk throw.
Yeah. We'll say we're on the opposite side, so.
DCG trying to regroup here. balance the defense out. Now, well done by Baker to come through. Baker's looking to make a run.
Ooh.
Now it's Riznicki the other way, though. That kind of drew the attention of the defense. Now they go back to Baker, which wasn't a terrible idea. They just got a foot on it, but nice. Oh, they're going to say a handball by Drake.
Yeah, that's Holmes again in the middle. It just gets that foot out there and stops the attack for DCG.
I like Baker getting forward. It occupies another defensive body.
And he's so fast.
Yeah, really showing the speed here. Here comes a long free kick into the wind, but that drives and sails into the wind. Headed kind of straight up in the air. There's a lot of able to flick it. 3 straight headers, but now Southeast Polk able to win it. Oh, well done there,
yeah.
Jacob Hope. He's going to play it forward for
very
Bruck.
good, too.
Bruck with a great first touch. Now Bruck's trying to get off to the races. Bruck, little side touch with the right foot, and they're going to say no foul. Some oohs and ahs. Anderson takes a touch on the backside. He's going to play back for Islamovic. All mean now we'll switch it over for Baker. Baker with some time and space. Into the middle it goes, but deflected away.
Yeah, a lot better connections, going side to side. It's been a completely different half for DCG.
Well, that's not a winning formula for Southeast Polk, I don't think. It's going through. Balls over the top with Anderson and Islamovic lurking back there.
Yeah, it's kind of what we were doing in the first half.
Yeah, exactly. Here's Riznicki, takes a touch. Heigerken. Oh, really nice job, but Heigerken still comes away with it. Heigerken, fancy footwork, plays it out wide for Drake. Riznicki's cross comes in, cleared out of there nicely. Hoover with a nice first touch. Hoover's fouled from behind by Skinner. We got almost looked at yellow there.
Yeah,
if Hopes was a yellow in the first half, well, they don't get yellows. That's right. Never mind.
That's right. Still 0 on the year.
So it's going to be a free kick here, and looks like they're not going to commit as many players forward here. A 3-man wall for Southeast Polk.
Yeah, Almeen's back.
And you've got 4 players kind of up in the penalty area. Oh, nicely done. Hoover takes a long shot, but not a ton of conviction on that one. And it sails a little wide left.
I like the idea, though.
Yeah.
I mean, that's really nice.
I certainly like the idea. I don't know that we needed a shot there either. I just kind of keep looking for something possession-wise.
Yeah, it's almost
I think that's a set piece that they're asking for a shot, though, and I just don't think he got quite as much on it as he wanted to. But
I agree. Yeah, he just mishit it.
Carson Modernock is checked in. That's going to be a throw for the Mustangs. Baker will take his time. Under 20 to go here. DCG 1. The Southeast Polk Rams 0. Zach Bruck with the only goal of the contest here so far. Oh, well done there by Carson Modernock. And they call a foul on Carson Modernock. That's right.
That's as nice as I can be. I don't know what else to say. It's
I heard the foot-to-foot collision, but it looked like Modernock got a little ball first, and then just regardless, we'll play the other way. Hoover getting on a lot of those on the end of those long balls.
Yeah,
heading it the right direction.
Yeah, he's been really good in the middle, keeping everything clean.
Hope's running out of space on the far side. Gives it back to Southeast Polk. Now here come the Rams. A little bit of space in the middle. Anderson dispossesses. Anderson, beautifully done. Carry it, Landon. And that's just a little less weight on the pass than it needed. Anderson checking back in, and that's going to be a foul. And it's going to be a free kick coming for Southeast Polk from about 40 yards out.
And this is really their only, in the second half here.
Yeah, they haven't had much in the final third.
Yeah, this is their best opportunity. So
it looks like taking the free kick is going to be Pete Green. They've got 6 or 7 committed forward here. Green will take the free kick. And that's going to sail beyond the far post and out of bounds. Pretty good free kick there. They just didn't get to the spot.
Yeah, when I saw it in the air, I thought it actually might just go in.
Trujillo going to come back on. And they're going to say, hold up. They didn't get the subs off the field, so they're going to retake the goal kick here. 17 and a half minutes to play. Mendias will reset it. And he's going to play it up for Baker, but it's Carson Modernock getting there first. Modernock's pass broken up as he was looking for his older brother. Here's Skinner.
He is so good with the ball.
And that's off Skinner out of bounds. Carson Modernock well defending.
Yeah, little Modernock, what's he have, 3 goals now in the year?
Little Modernock, he's going to love that. Younger Modernock. Yeah, you compare him to Colin, he's smaller.
Yeah.
But he's done well. Like he's done well defensively, and nice job by Hoover. Boy, he
just clears it out again.
Yeah, that right foot caught the defender after the follow-through. He's just trying to walk it off. Another long ball played in. Another deflection by Anderson, but now it's Skinner, and another deflection by Anderson. And a kind of a difficult, ambitious shot there from the right wing. Sails out of bounds for a goal kick.
I mean, I could see why he would take that. They just haven't had a look really in the second half here. It's almost like what DCG dealt with in the first half. Kind of the best shot is way out from outside, and just haven't had anything going for the Rams at all.
Well, and, the shot we scored on wasn't exactly a gimme great build-up either. It was a one long ball over the center backs and just a perfect first touch by Bruck and a perfect finish. But not a terrible defensive job by Southeast Polk. And look at that job by Hoover coming in.
Just came back and just took it away from him.
Modernock trying to find Colin. And Modernock misses on that one, but it's going to be a DCG throw. Well, it should have been a DCG throw.
I think he might have touched it.
And Modernock off a Ram player out of bounds, so it'll be a DCG throw. And Heigerken is going to come on, and they're going to put Colin Modernock back in the central midfield spot. Baker will throw for the Mustangs. Zalata gets a foot on that one, but Trujillo able to win it. This ball played forward. Anderson. Oh, nice first touch. Big time opportunity.
Wow.
And a goal scored.
He is their man. Woo! That was really well done.
Is that Skinner?
Yep. Yeah, I mean, he just touched that over top and got right around him. Wow, that's a great move, great shot.
Cole Skinner, leading goal scorer for the Rams, adds to the tally at the 14:43 mark. Very similar to Bruck's goal on the other end. I mean, just a really good first touch and then a exquisite finish.
Yeah, that's his 7th of the year.
So now we've got a 15-minute game. 1-1. Mustangs trying to win this back at midfield. Zalata switches it back for Islamovic. A lot of space here for he and Baker. Zalata going to win that back in the midfield. Now it's Hoover. Through for Modernock. Modernock has it taken away. Islamovic in retreat. He's got Skinner to deal with. Now Skinner by Almeen. Good job by Anderson to stand him up. Here comes a shot on goal, and it's off the upright above the crossbar. And, boy, give a lot of credit to Anderson for just slowing things down and forcing Skinner back away from goal.
Yes, he forced him in the middle, and that, I mean, if he got around him, Maybe one-on-one with the keeper.
I thought Skinner should have just continued towards goal there. Easy for me to say, but Landon did a really nice job.
He did. I mean, I would have been one-on-one with Mendias, and that, that's a scary thought there for how good Skinner is.
So it's a 1-1 game. Goals by Bruck and Skinner. DCG playing it back for Mendias. Mendias sends it wide. Here's Hope. Touched by Bruck. Now you've got Southeast Polk. Seem like they want to kind of get up and pressure, and there's a foul.
Yeah, since they scored, they are really pressing.
If I'm DCG, I'm okay with them getting up and pressuring because that makes them very susceptible coming back the other way. Modernock takes a touch back for Bruck. Bruck tried to squeeze it through. Modernock gets a foot on it. Here comes Colin. Left-footed shot and deflected for a corner. So we're just getting the game's opened up here quite a bit in the last few minutes. And now Islamovich will get forward with Anderson on this corner kick by Zalata.
It has really opened up. A lot of attacks, a lot of opportunities. I mean, the first half was basically played in the middle.
Well, about 12 minutes to play here, a little over 12 as Zalata settles the ball here for the corner. See if the Mustangs can get on the end of one and regain the lead. In swinger, top of the 18, headed straight up in the air. Modernock trying to get a foot on it. Modernock still working, but this time it's cleared out of there. Headed away, but Baker there. Baker's going to send it back in. Some bodies forward. Well done there by the center back. Hoover plays it in.
Wow. It's a good idea.
Oh, that was Anderson who's still forward.
Yeah, I like the idea. He tried to sneak it through, just couldn't quite get it done.
11.5 to play. Baker will throw in for the Mustangs. Long throw down line. Headed out of bounds. So DCG picks up about 30 yards for their next throw-in. Well, Anderson's kind of lurking over there on the far side if they can somehow find him. There's a throw-in for Modernock. He gets a good first touch. Shot coming, and it's just wide but deflected.
Yeah.
And another corner coming. We said he'd find a shot on goal or two here in the final 30 minutes. That one was dangerously, and if not deflected, maybe the second goal for the Mustangs.
Yeah, he's on the attack. He's on the hunt. He's got a couple shots on goal here in the second.
Well, let's see if he finds his prey here in the final 10 minutes. Zalota settles for the corner. He's going to fire it in. Ball. Shot taken. Ooh, dangerously close to the second goal. That was a beautiful hit by, I believe, is Hoover.
It was. He's making up for that other one.
That was on frame and a good save there.
Man,
Rafa got two hands on it and able to at least spray it out of bounds, but another corner comes for Zalata. Mateo raises that right hand. Here comes the outswinging ball. Headed down, but softly. Bruck got a piece of it, but.
So Mateo does an excellent job with those corner kicks. I mean, he puts it in position every single time.
And that's an offside, should be offside. Yeah, it's like, well, why are you not raising your flag, buddy? It's 3 feet offsides.
Just enjoying the weather out there. The wind has died. I will say that. It is calm.
It's about a third of what it was in the first half. It's still just barely blowing. Bruck looks to play a ball, almost switching it. Oh, and can Carson get there? Trying to run it down. He'll be shielded. Oh, it's off the post. Almost got lucky there, but the ball cleared out of there, and it'll be a throw for DCG. Well, anything can happen this final 9 minutes.
It has definitely picked up pace.
Baker has it deflected out. Baker will have a throw. So let's see if Baker can get a ball deep into the penalty area here. You heard long throw from the coaching staff. I think that was Southeast Polk's coaching staff. Warning of the long throw. Skinner able to get in there. Nicely done. Poked away by Hoover. Hoover won the ball, and I think that could have been nice job there by Hope to dink it away, breaking up the attack. Southeast Polk, good ball in from behind, but Anderson's going to let it get back to Mendias, the keeper, where he picks it up. Mendias quickly out for Bruck. Bruck's going to drive it down the far side. And it's deflected out. 8 minutes to play.
There's a few guys I would not want to go 1v1 with. Make me just look like I'm standing in cement.
Anderson takes a touch right at midfield. Plays it in for, and it's going to be offside. I think that was Heigerken. DCG will get back and reset. Free kick coming here for the Rams.
Yeah, Baker's one of them. Modernach's another. I would not. They would just make me look silly.
Skinner.
Yep, there's another one. Well, pretty much all of them, really. But at this
yeah, you're giving yourself a lot of credit if it's just those three. This ball played high into the middle. Modernach battles, gets a touch on it, but that's going to trickle out of bounds right at midfield. Rams will throw. Into the air, Hoover. And here comes another counter. Oh, well done, but a shot coming. Oh, it was blocked by Islamovic.
Two big
DCG
blocks
got
there.
very lucky there because that was probably going to be on frame with some velocity. They tried to play it down for Heigerken. And it's going to be played out of bounds.
They do not mess around, the Rams. I mean, it's not there. They just kick it out, reset.
Mustangs looking for an opening.
I'm sure that comes with a lot of trust on your back line there.
And Bruck gives it away in the midfield. Now this is trouble here as Mendias probably going to come off. And he's going to be able to come out towards the top of the 18 and pick that one up. A quick punt the other way. Well, the game has opened up. It's end-to-end right now. Islamovic wins that one. Nicely done to keep it in, but Carson's first touch a little heavy out of bounds.
Great work there by Alameen, though, just to get that out.
Just under 6 minutes to play. Rams throw into the penalty area, headed back by Islamovic. Here comes DCG. They've got a little counter working. But again, those midfield passes. Right now, Southeast Polk, their back four. It's Hudson versus the back four right now for Southeast Polk.
We saw a lot of that in the first half. Didn't work well for DCG.
And that should be offside. The official was going to raise the flag. No need, though, as Mendias has it. And they play it back for Anderson. Mendias, his ball towards midfield. Nicely done there. Modernach controls it. Now they swing it out wide. Bruck's going to send one in, looking for Modernach. Actually, I think that was Heigerken.
Yeah, Heigerken in the middle and then Modernach on this side.
Going to be a corner, though. Drake Riznicki will check back in. Carson Modernach will come off for DCG. 4:39, and we got a stoppage. And they start the clock quickly. I'm not sure why the clock stopped there. Zalata will take the corner. Mateo, his ball, this one a little closer to the keeper. Keeper's out, and the shot is off the mark. It looked like Heigerken got a right foot on it. The keeper had committed. And when he came out, he didn't control it, so it was kind of chaos there in the front of the goal.
Hudson looking up to the sky like, I had it.
That just had to stay low, and it was in. There was no coverage on the net for Southeast Polk. This ball's going to sail wide and out of bounds, so a throw for the Mustangs right at midfield. Under 4 to play.
Looking for a ball.
Ball boys took off. Free hot dogs at the concession stand. This ball headed back. Zalota gets a first touch on it. Riznicki lays it off. And the ball's out.
Yeah. Good idea, just a little wide.
There's a ball. Oh, our Hope's going to have to cover. Mendias will come over. Plays it out wide for Hope. Hope's just got to needed a touch there to just kind of center it.
Yeah.
Zalota, there's just a little settle. Nicely done. Plays it out for Hoover. Hoover. And he finds Heigerken. Now it's Modernock. Modernock looking for a shot. No, he's got Drake. Now it's Modernock coming in, and that's well done on the clearance. Number 11.
Wow.
That was Peyton, right? Number 11, Peyton coming in to clear that one out of there.
That or 17, one of the two. Yeah, they did a great job of getting that out of there.
Oh, nice job by Skinner checking in. Mendias will clear it. And headed back towards the center. Mateo plays a kind of a softball headed back to the keeper. Well done there. 2 minutes, 20 seconds to play. And that's another punt out of bounds. That's the second straight one given back to DCG.
Coach for the Rams, he'll settle down. That one got away from him.
Here's Modernock. Flicks it on.
He was looking for Hudson.
And it's going to be a throw for Baker.
Hudson had gotten in the back door there, and he just wanted to flip it up over.
And Modernock's looking for one more chance to get it inside that penalty area. They look for high. Oh, that's going to be a corner.
Yep.
Wow.
Absolutely.
That's a little bit of an error there by that ball's got to either be cleared out or take a touch.
This is what you want with a minute and 28 to go.
Minute 27. Zalota, I believe, his fifth or sixth corner of this half. Let's see if somebody can get on the end. That ball headed down. And a shot taken by Hoover, but a low percentage shot. One you really got to take, though, or at least send it in low into the mass of people in front of the goal. 1 minute to play here in Grimes. Tied at 1, Southeast Polk and DCG. Ball headed forward.
By his shoulder.
Riznicki. That one deflected away. Hope gets in. Nice job getting that little touch on it. Left-footed shot coming, but it's high and wide. I think that was Modernock trying to
you said he was
seal the
another
deal.
One. Yeah, he was looking.
35 seconds to play.
What do you think about the no overtime?
No, I'd love to see overtime, especially on a game like this.
I mean, such high competitive, fun game.
Islamovic going to send it wide. Riznicki there, flicks it on. Zalota over to Baker. That should be a handball.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3.
And that's going to be the end.
Yeah.
Baker was trying to play it, but the ball didn't stop. And a little bit of time wasting, but, gamesmanship. And, this ends in a 1-1 tie.
As I was saying, what do you think?
I think DCG was the better side in the second half. I think Southeast Polk was the better side in the first half.
Yes.
Probably a relatively fair outcome
100%.
without the overtime to hopefully decide something. But
pretty.
We expected at the beginning evenly matched game, and that's exactly what we got.
You called it from the get-go. Say these two teams are pretty evenly matched, and that's exactly what we got. One dominated first half, one dominated second half, and we end in a tie. Fun game, though. I mean, a lot of action there in the second, back and forth.
Yeah,
highly competitive game.
Pretty good game, and two teams that have some postseason aspirations, I got to think.
Yes.
Both teams will stay above 500. DCG moves to, 7-2-2.
Yes.
And now 4-3-3 for the the Southeast Polk Rams. But pretty well played. Like I said, I think it was DCG's second half was their better half, especially offensively and kind of getting guys forward, playing a little higher line. With that wind, I think they kind of had to play a line, not as high. Worried a little bit about Skinner. And Skinner showed why you're worried about Skinner on that.
Boy, he had
goal in the second half for Southeast
Polk. 3 good
Polk.
looks in the second, and that one went in. It's just a high-level play from him just to knock it back and get around and get a shot.
Yeah, DCG had some opportunities late.
Both teams had a lot of opportunities here and there, and then, like I said, it was really fun, highly competitive game.
Southeast Polk had a couple opportunities late too, and Landon Anderson did a really good job to hold up Skinner when it looked like he was going to be 1v1 with Mendias.
Yeah, that was a big play.
One of the big plays here in the second half to at least salvage the tie. The other big play, maybe the MVP of the game, was the crossbar, knocking down 2 potential goals in about a 5-second span in the first half. But overall, like we said, pretty evenly matched teams here, and probably fitting that we end this thing in a 1-1 tie. DCG now, we said their next home game will be.
Is that Tuesday?
Boy, it's getting.
Tuesday at home?
Well, I guess we can turn the lights on now that the game's over.
Standing here in the dark.
Yeah. They play here at Mustang Stadium. They'll take on Newton on the 29th. Then they go on the road to Muscatine, and then back home for Pella before they take on Northwest and Oskaloosa to end the season, both on the road. And then for the Rams, they will take on their next home game will be on the 29th as well against Waukee Northwest, and then they go on the road at Ankeny and then home against Iowa City West. They've got looks like a weekend kind of tournament deal on the 9th and the 10th, and then they finish with 3 on the road at Hempstead, at Dowling, and at Centennial. So things don't get any easier for Southeast Polk in 4A, but they've shown kind of all year that they're capable of playing with just about anybody in the state.
I was just going to say that. You can really see they can play with anybody on any given night. So it's going to be fun for them on the rest of the way out.
Well, 4A and 3A, we've said it all year, is pretty wide open.
Yes.
And I don't think anything convinced us otherwise tonight.
Yeah.
One more mention of the sponsor tonight before we turn it off.
We got to say thank you to Charter Bank, our season sponsor. Again, Charter Bank offers a full line of bank products to fit your needs, including home loans, consumer loans, and business loans, ag loans, checking accounts, savings accounts, and CDs. Chart your success with Charter Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender. Thanks again, Charter Bank, for everything that you do all year long. Season sponsor here for DCG Boys Soccer. Another fun one tonight.
Yeah, that'll do it. We want to thank our producer, Mike Bynum, in the other room. Does a great job powering up the YouTube audio and video here for all the Mustang folks that are out of town or didn't want to brave the cold tonight. They do a great job in every sport all season long, so good job out of Mike Bynum and his crew.
He's a master.
And I want to thank Connor Lagrone, Brent Butcher, the athletic administrative staff here for having us up in this warm and cozy booth. And that'll do it here at Mustang Stadium. Final score for the final time here in Grimes. It was the Mustangs 1, the Rams of Southeast Polk 1. Knotted up in a tie when the final whistle blows. 1-1 tie for the Rams and the Mustangs. That'll do it for us. My partner, Eric Connor. This is John McDermott saying good night, everyone.